Okay, Ginger, now to a parenting dilemma so many are facing. Should you let your child play football? One father is sharing his story in September's GQ magazine, revealing why he let his 8-year-old son play. Lindsay Davis talked to them, and she's here with us. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Robin. Since 2009, the number of kids between 6 and 12 years old who play tackle football has gone down by nearly 20%. Studies linking the game to brain damage and headlines about long-term effects of concussions have a lot of parents running away from the sport. And then there are those like Luke Zaleski who wrestle with the football dilemma.
Repetitive head trauma chokes the brain.
The movie, the concussion movie that Will Smith starred in was based on a GQ article. So I knew that it was dangerous.
Former research director for GQ magazine, Luke Zaleski, was well aware of the risks of tackle football when his then 8-year-old son asked him if he could play.
And I was like, oh my God, he actually wants to play football.
After a great deal of soul-searching chronicled in his article, What Kind of Father Lets His Son Play Football, featured in GQ, Zaleski said, yes, son, you can play.
So why is it that you let your son play football?
Because I love him, and I want him to reach his potential, because it's scary, because it's hard.
It toughens you up?
It toughens you up. Frankly, you know, you come home, you're a little nicked up, you're a little banged up.
You talked about in the article, like, I think a militaristic.
It's that choreographed, kind of disciplined way the game is played. And I love the teamwork. I love the coordination.
What would you have said if your parents had not let you?
I would have been infuriated. I love football, and it would have been such like a bummer.
So far, father and son agree the rewards far outweigh the risks.
When I see him walk off the field with his helmet in his hand and his face is all red and he's all sweaty, and I know he's giving 100% out there.
Ever since I started football, you know, there's like late night, 8 o'clock pickups from practices where he helps me get my pads off and I'm like worn out, and he surprises me with like a Gatorade or something. It's just, you know, it's awesome.
Now, Luke says he reserves the right to change his mind. He's been really conflicted about letting his son play because of the issue of concussions. He says it certainly was not an easy decision. He's even had bad dreams about it, and now he's taking it day by day, or we could even say play by play. To read more about his story, you can find it online. Robin?
So good of him to share that. All right, Lindsay, thank you. We're joined now by our senior medical contributor, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, and Erica Suter, the editor of Mom.me. A lot of people were nodding along and watching this, and it's not just football, it's other sports as well. But what, just give us the latest about head injuries and that.
So really traumatic brain injury, which is the medical term, or concussion by the numbers, pretty staggering statistics. 1 every 15 seconds in the United States. That results in 1.7 million head injury patients every year, responsible for approximately 50,000 plus deaths, 80,000 plus with permanent disabilities, and it comes with a massive price tag, almost $80 billion a year to our medical system. We're learning a lot more about what's going on in the brain during a concussion. Basically, disruption in terms of the metabolism in the brain, calcium, potassium, glucose levels are changed, change in cerebral or brain blood flow, impaired electrical signals between these nerve cells, and of course this can have long-term effect, and it does appear that young brains are more sensitive to this.
And Erica, you know, when a parent sees and hears just what Jen says, I mean, they're really grappling with some issues here.
They are. They're really weighing the risks. Is it worth my child playing this sport if they can have long-term medical effects from it? But they're also weighing it against the pros. Now, there's something that sports gives every kid, and that's teamwork, a little bit of independence, perseverance, learning how to push through, learning how to work together. And those are all skills that every parent wants their child to have. So it's a debate.
Yeah, it is a debate in a lot of households. So is there work that's being done to recognize concussions and the treatment and all that?
There is so much research right now going on looking for maybe a blood test to accurately and sensitively diagnose a traumatic brain injury or concussion. We're not there yet. So in the meantime, what can every parent do? Pay attention to your child, regardless of their age, to every hit, every contact, every fall. Watch how that athlete moves after that contact. You know your child better than anyone, and the coaches and the certified athletic trainers are amazing, but they're watching 5 kids, 10 kids, 20 kids all at the same time. You have to have your eyes on your child, and I'm telling you, as a hockey parent, you know, my daughter plays a very rough physical sport. I watch every time she gets up because I'm going to know if she's skating, you know, impaired. And look, you can't remove all risk, right? I mean, where would you stop?
I told you this before. I remember one time my mama, she pulled me out.
That's right.
I was playing basketball and she was like,
we're not afraid to do it.
And I have a 9-year-old who wants to play, and I immediately said no.
A 9-year-old son?
9-year-old son. He loves football. He loves to watch. And I said, no, not right now. I just don't feel like he's ready. I don't feel like he's ready for that kind of physicality. And I talked to him about it. You can have age-appropriate conversations with your kid.
Right.
A 6-year-old might not get it. You know, 9, 10 to junior high, they might understand your concerns. But ultimately, it's important for all parents to remember it's your choice, not your child's choice.
What was your son's reaction when you said no?
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? But we pushed him toward baseball. You know, he loves it, and he loves playing that sport.
That's the complicated thing here. Where do you stop this slippery slope? Cheerleading, soccer, the military, car accidents. You can fall and get a concussion. It's not just football.
All right. Well, thank you both so very much. I love your interpretation of your son. Oh, no. Coming up, you know who's here? Jason Ritter is here.